Good morning. Today we're going to review some of the SOHCAHTOA rules. Again, I have them listed. Picture of a triangle with the sides opposite, adjacent, and hypotenuse. SOHCAHTOA gives us the rules for sine, cosine, and tangent. We need to know those. We want to talk today about 3 new trig functions. So let's start on another page. We have the word secant, we have the word cosecant, and the word cotangent. So that's the way that you abbreviate each of these: secant, cosecant, cotangent. What we need to know, these are reciprocal functions. So we know what sine is, we know what cosine, and we know tangent. We have those definitions from SOHCAHTOA. Which ones match up as far as being reciprocal functions? When we say reciprocals, we are saying they are flipped upside down. So those fractions of opposite over hypotenuse would be flipped upside down. But the main thing we need to know, which ones pair up. And it's really easy to know are reciprocal functions. How to know this? We can see that tangent and cotangent, that should be a pair. So we have tangent and cotangent. They both have the word tangent. As far as sine, cosine, secant, cosecant, the easiest way to remember which ones pair up, you're only allowed to say the prefix co one time. When you name the pair, you have to say co one time. So if I said cosine and cosecant, I would say co twice. So that wouldn't work. So the way that this has to pair up, sine would have to pair up with cosecant. Cosine has to pair up with secant. And that's the way that we're going to have what our reciprocal functions will be. Now, let's move on and show you how to utilize some of these. Let's say that we have a triangle. Our theta, our angle, is located here. And let's say that we have this side is 8, 15, and 17. And let's figure out how big are each of the 6 trig functions. So we have these. Just right out here beside that, they're reciprocal functions. So we're going to pair them up so they're right across from each other. Now, what we want to do is then we will begin using SOHCAHTOA. Sine. Think about what sine's definition is. Opposite over hypotenuse. So if you go opposite the theta, that's 8. Hypotenuse is 17. That would give us 8 over 17. Cosine is adjacent over hypotenuse. So the adjacent side to theta is 15. Hypotenuse is 17. So we would have that as 15 over 17. Tangent is opposite over adjacent, so go opposite theta, which is 8, over adjacent is 15. Now, as far as being able to figure out the other 3, we don't have to know anything other than which one was a reciprocal. Take the answer we just had for sine, cosine, and tangent, flip them all upside down. In other words, take the reciprocals. So for cosecant, we would just say it's 17 over 8. Secant would just be 17 over 15, because it's cosine flipped upside down. Cotangent would be 15 over 8. Okay, let me know if you have problems on these.